Get away, guys.
Okay, let's bring the Year 12s in.
Just stay up, guys. Stay up. Stay up. I won't give you nothing. Stay up, mate.
All right, welcome to the class of 2020. What a year. Just all remain standing and we will sing the national anthem.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are young and free. We've golden soil and wealth fertile, our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains, then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Be seated. I'll hand over to our two vice captains, Jaslyn and Sophie, to run the assembly. Thank you.
Can Mr. Shell please come up for the acknowledgement of country?
I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land, the Yuin people, on whose land we are meeting today. I would like to pay my respects to elders, past, present and emerging, and welcome all Aboriginal people that may be here today.
I'd like to invite Mr. Shell to do his principal's speech.
Thank you, Jazz. Year 12 staff, parents and families that may be watching a recording of this assembly, welcome. The graduation assembly of Year 12 is always very special, as we've had the pleasure of seeing the students take a very full journey from Year 7 to Year 12. It gives me great pleasure to see the undoubted abilities of students develop and be realised. We have some truly talented individuals in this group, and they have shown us repeatedly that they can achieve great things, academically, in leadership, in sport, and in performance. Many students have been absolutely outstanding. Even more satisfying for me as an educator is the number of students who have made the effort to be the best that they can be. This attitude and approach to life will carry you far, whether it is in your career, in your personal life, or in your personal levels of self-belief. Our school leaders this year have done an admirable job during challenging times. Stephanie Lunn, Alex Martin, Jaslyn Barnes and Sophie Foster have always behaved and presented themselves in a manner beyond reproach. Whenever they've represented Moruya High, they did so in a way that brought credit to themselves and the school. They have clearly shown that they have the capacity to be leaders of their communities in their future lives. I know that Year 12 would like me to thank Mr Rivers for all the work that he has put in with them, particularly over the last 2 years and this year. I know that he is proud of you all and feels that all the effort has been worth it. On behalf of the school, thank you, Mr Rivers, for a job well done. I know that all the teachers of Year 12 2020 have done everything in their power to support their students in their growth from child to adulthood. I've seen the total commitment, I've seen the extra hours, the willingness to explore the best ways to teach and learn that these teachers have provided. On behalf of the school, I would like to thank all the teachers for their efforts. The COVID-19 pandemic has greatly challenged the way that we live. To help keep us safe, it is likely that our lives will be different for a while. Indeed, the HSC is going to be quite different this year. Being aware of how you're feeling and knowing what you can do to look after your mental well-being is an increasingly important part of staying healthy during this challenging time, and especially during your HSC. Therefore, it is important for each of you to look after your own self-care. Self-care helps to prevent stress and anxiety, and by incorporating these sorts of activities into your regular routine, like going for a walk, socialising with friends, you'll give your body and mind time to rest, reset and rejuvenate, so you can avoid or reduce the symptoms of stress and anxiety. Self-care also makes you more effective. When you take time for yourself and give your body the food, rest and activity that it needs, you will actually have more energy to meet the demands of daily life, including your HSC exams. Bringing more balance to your daily routine will help you be more productive and more resilient to stressors. All that remains for me now is to wish these Year 12 students every success in the future. I hope that the results that you achieve in the HSC enable you to access the future that you desire, and that the excellent education that you have received at this school will form the basis for a great life. Best wishes to Year 12 2020.
Can Mr Rivers please come up and make his speech?
Okay, good morning, Year 12. You did it. You're graduating. Well done. Congratulations. So every time I sat down and tried to write this speech, I sort of searched for a distraction, thinking, this isn't really happening. But in reality, I haven't wanted to say goodbye to such an amazing group of people. Nonetheless, I know it's time, and I know you're ready to venture beyond the gates of Moruya High School. Now, if I had to choose just one word to describe this group, it would be resilient. This has been a year for the history books, and the world is a very different place today than it was when you started Year 12. So while cruising the internet the other night, I actually realised that 2020 is actually a meme, dedicated with thousands of images to how hard this year has been and how disruptive it has been for a lot of people. Now, if we go back to the start, January, we had the fires, February, the floods, March, the great toilet paper pandemic, and it just didn't stop. COVID, online learning, restrictions, lockdowns, social distancing, on and on it went. And this was during one of the most demanding and stressful years you could face as a teenager. I know personally that some of you here today didn't think you'd make it to graduation, and for some, it was harder than others. But I think you all have the right to wear 2020 like a badge of honour, knowing that if you made it through this year, you're well prepared for whatever the wider world has to throw at you in the future. But let's take today to sort of forget what's happening out there. This is your day, Year 12. Enjoy it. You've earned it. Now, as your year advisor, I've had my work cut out for me. In fact, this has been one of the most challenging times in all my years of a teacher, but I can't take all the credit. I would like to extend a thank you to my colleagues, your teachers, the support staff, parents watching at home, Mr. English, Mr. Shell, and everyone else who played an important role in helping me stay on top of important issues with Year 12, while also assisting in any way that they could. And for that, I thank you. Now, being a year advisor can sometimes be a strange experience. You alternate between feeling like a teacher, a counsellor, a parent, an event manager, sometimes a failure, but this past year, a friend. I have fond memories of your early years at school. Some of these include our gruelling laser tag tournaments at Camp Long Beach, the raft building survival tournament, go-kart racing in Canberra, indoor rock climbing, and others. Watching you grow up in your junior years went by, I found myself looking up to you, literally looking up to you. By about year 9 and 10, you were mostly taller than me. Year 11 and 12, okay, these years were spent watching you develop into young adults, finding both yourselves and a passion, whether that be in the classroom, on the sporting field, up on stage, or anything in between. You should all be proud of what you've achieved throughout 13 years of schooling, and most importantly, making it all the way here today. From those early days of fresh-faced Year 7 students, apprehensive and nervous, immature and a little naive, to now looking out of the sea of young men and women full of determination, resilience and drive to succeed, I can safely say that our job at Moruya High School is done. In truth, there's never been quite enough time to do everything I've wanted to as year advisor, but I can say with absolute pride and certainty that you've left a wonderful mark on the school. There have been countless times, especially over the past few months, when I've looked at many of you and thought to myself, gee, I would be really proud if I was your parent. And I truly mean that. You're genuinely an outstanding group of people, and the world beyond this school is lucky to have you. When a year advisor prepares a graduation speech, they're expected to impart some sage advice. And I'm sure you'd expect me to talk about the importance of lifelong learning and hard work and always doing your best, maybe throw in a Robert Frost poem about diverging roads in the woods, but I'm not going to. I know you don't need me to repeat what you've heard many times, but rather I thought I'd come up with something a little bit more unique, something known as life hacks, colloquially. So, I've chosen 3 specific life hacks to help you out in the near future. The first one is for the ladies, and especially relevant coming up to the formal. So, if you're applying eyeliner, I suggest you apply eyeliner with a spoon, okay, because placing a spoon on the top lid of your eye will help you guide it so you get the perfect line each and every time. So, I haven't had time to test that one out. Now, number 2 for the guys, or girls if you're wearing a suit, a 3-button suit, remember the sometimes always never rule. Okay, so the top button should sometimes be buttoned up, okay? The middle button should always be buttoned up, it pulls the jacket together, and the bottom button should never be buttoned up. So if you remember that rule, you look smick in your suits on the formal night. Now, I can't leave the parents out watching at home, so number 3 is for them. Okay, so I know raising a teenager can be challenging. As many of you are aware, over the last 6 years, through parent-teacher interviews and weekly phone calls, I've got to know a number of your parents very well. A lot of these phone calls started with, please don't tell them I'm calling, but usually ended in a solution to help you moving forward, whether you realised it or not. You should thank your parents or carers. While you may have had them at their wits' end, they always wanted what was best for you. They are also the most likely reason you're also sitting here today. But before I go on, I want to share with you some of the most memorable responses I've had from some of your parents throughout your years at Moruya High School. So this is a list ranging from year 7 to 12, usually on the phone or via email. So here we go. One response was, "Oh God, help me." It's a common one I've heard over the years. The second one, "You can have them." Another one, "Why don't you speak to them?" Obviously trying to hand the phone over to someone in the background who's screaming, "I don't want to speak to Mr. Rivers," and the door slamming. Another one, "Can you come get them?" "I'm confiscating his Nintendo box." "Tell them if they come home the doors will be locked." Was another one. "I need a glass of wine." I heard quite a few times. Now, look, this one sounds kind of harsh, but it's my favourite, and it came from a place of love and frustration. And he goes, "I think he might have been a bad investment." That was from... So, there you go. Now, let me tell you, I've heard those many times, but I knew the situation at home was dire when a number of those were uttered in the same sentence, like, "Oh my God, you can have him, I need a glass of wine." So, I knew we had to step in then. So on the subject of wine, back to life hack number 3. After a long week of parenting your teenager, you open the fridge and realise that you forgot to put your favourite bottle of wine aside to cool down. Worry not. If you want your wine chilled and don't want to dilute the flavour, try sticking some frozen grapes in your glass instead of ice cubes. And I've tried this one and it works. So that's one for you parents at home. Now, but I'll finish on a more serious note. Here's a little bit of advice that I suggest you think about, and it's helped me in my career and just being the person that I am. Number 1, people may forget what you say, people may forget what you do, but people never forget how you make them feel. So treat people with kindness, respect, and try to be empathetic, even those you don't think deserve it, and more so for those people. Number 2, plans will change, and then they'll likely change again, because you'll change. Don't be scared of change, let change motivate you, inspire you, and excite you. And finally, number 3, surround yourself with people who put life first, who strive to forge lives underpinned by community, love, learning, creation, and helping others. In all these 3 things, there is great happiness, and happiness is what we wish more than anything for all of you. So congratulations, Year 12, you made it. You don't have to be brilliant, you already are. I'll miss you, love you, and I respect you. Best of luck with your exams, and I'll see you at the formal. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rivers. I'd now like to invite our captains, Alex and Stephanie, to say a little something.
Good morning, everyone. This year has been a damn hard year, but I mean it when I say that I wouldn't want to do it with anyone else. We've gained some, we've lost some, but when it comes down to it, you guys is what has made this year doable. It's crazy to think that we've been here for 6 years already, and damn, we've had some times. We're growing up now, and our campfires of matches in science are turning into bonfires on the beach. Our bikes are turning into cars, and we're all turning into adults. Seems like only yesterday that Kel was trapping pigeons in the bins, and Jai was smoking matchboxes in junior science, or playing quizzes in Cusack's class, and the satisfaction of being able to walk out of the class with an ice block or a Coke. We've all bonded over a shared annoyance of James making us wait for 2 hours when he broke his arm in the snow. And we've bonded over our obsession of dodgeball, pasta and cheese and Kahoot. We'll miss Counter-Strike in geography and Minecraft and Snake in English. But hey, if there's one thing we've learned in school, it's how to hide a tab in a browser. This has been a crazy 6 years, but you are all what has made it possible. Good luck, and I wish you all the best for your futures.
Wow, what a year this has been. I've always been excited to graduate as the class of 2020. It's got a nice ring to it, and besides, it made our jackets look pretty darn cool. Sure, it's been a crazy year, but we've made it so far together. Our numbers have changed a lot through the years, but our year group really has come together, having a bit of fun whenever we can to help each other through the tough times that we have all faced. There's not much I can say that you don't already know, but I would like to say that it's been an honour to work beside Alex, Jazz and Sophie and everybody here today to help make our school a better place. Thank you so much to the teachers who have cared for us and shown their support. It really makes a difference. So Year 12, let's continue to stick together in this year, the year that has forced us to stay, 1.5 metres apart. But let's make this year awesome. Thank you.
I just want to give a quick thanks to everyone. I wouldn't have wanted to go through Year 12 with another group of people, and also a big thanks to all my teachers, and same goes. Wouldn't have wanted anyone else. Thank you. When I look across this room, I've known a lot of you since I was like 4 years old, and I'd just like to share this slideshow and video that Thank You Jackson and I have made for you all, just, to sum up our time at high school and farewell us off into the future. Thanks, guys.
And so we talked all night about the rest of our lives, where we're gonna be when we turn 25. I keep thinking times will never change. Keep on thinking things will always be the same. But when we leave this year, we won't be coming back. No more hanging out, cause we're on a different track. And if you got something that you need to say, you better say it right now, cause you don't have another day. Cause we're moving on and we can't slow down. These memories are playing like a film without sound. And I keep thinking of the night in June. I didn't know much of love, but it came too soon. And it was me and you, and then we got real blue. Stay at home talking on the telephone, and we would get so excited and we'd get so scared, laughing at ourselves, thinking life's not fair. And this is how it feels. As we go on, we remember all the times we had together. And as our lives change from whatever, we will still be friends forever. So if we get the big jobs and we make the big money, when we look back now, will our jokes still be funny? Will we still remember everything we learned in school? Still be trying to break every single rule? Will little brainy Bobby be the stockbroker man? Can he ever find a job that won't interfere with the tan? I keep thinking that it's not goodbye. Keep on thinking it's our time to fly. And this is how it feels. As we go on, we remember all the times we had together. And as our lives change from whatever, we will still be friends forever. Friends forever. Will we think about tomorrow like we think about now? Can we survive it out there? Can we make it somehow? I guess I thought that this would never end, and suddenly it's like we're women and men. Will the past be a shadow that will follow us round? Will these memories fade when I leave this town? I keep thinking that it's not goodbye. I keep on thinking it's our time to fly. As we go on, we remember all the times we had together. And as our lives change from whatever, we will still be friends forever.
It's the thrill of one more kill, the last one to fall. Will never sacrifice their will. Don't ever look back on the world closing in. Be on the attack with your wings on the wind. All the things will begin. And it's sweet, sweet, sweet victory. Yeah. And it's ours for the taking. It's ours for the fight. And it's sweet, sweet, sweet victory. Yeah. And the one is ours to fall. The winner takes all. Yeah. It don't win no freedom. You only lose the gold. You push with the fever. Oh, your time keeps going on. Against all the odds, against all your pain, your back's on the wall with no one to blame. Wild hearts won't be tamed. And it's sweet, 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 sweet victory. Oh, yeah. It's ours for the taking. It's ours for the fight. And it's sweet, sweet, sweet victory. And the one is ours to fall. Oh, the winner takes all. Take it.
If you want it, take it. Should've said it before.
My mama calls, see you on TV. Sunset done changed. Ever since we was on, I dreamed it all. Ever since I was young, they said I won't be nothing. Now they always say congratulations. Worked so hard, forgot how to vacation. They ain't never had the dedication. People hate and say we changed and look, we made it. Yeah, we made it. They was never friendly. Yeah. Now I'm jumping out of Bentley. Yeah. And I know I sound dramatic. Yeah. But I know I had to have it. Yeah. For the money, it was savage. Yeah. I be using like I had it. Yeah. I'm surrounded 20 bread. Yeah. But they didn't know me last year. Yeah. Everyone wanna act like they important. But all that mean nothing when I saw my door. Yeah. Everyone counting on me, drop the ball. Yeah. Everything custom like I'm at the ball. Yeah, yeah. got millions on my mind. Coming with it, I just put it to the side. Bought a sense of baby, they can see it in my eyes. My mama calls, see you on TV. Sunset done changed ever since we was on. I dreamed it all ever since I was young. They said I won't be nothing. Now they always say congratulations. Worked so hard, forgot how to vacation. They ain't never had the dedication. People hate and say we're changing, look, we made it. Yeah, we made it. My mama called, see you on TV. Sunset done changed ever since we was on. I dreamed it all ever since I was young. They said I won't be nothing. Now they always say congratulations. Worked so hard, forgot how to vacation. They ain't never had the dedication. People hate and say we're changing, look, we made it. Yeah, we made it.
Can Mr. Scholl please come up to the stage?
Okay. Holden Atkinson. Tristan Bagley. Jaslyn Barnes. David Batchelor. Lily Berry. Brody Blackman. Max Boss. Archie Brown. Jackson Brown. Jasmine Eubank. Alice Bergen Boucher. Helena Byers. James Cashin. Tennille Clark Huntley. Jane Collins. Jai Cook. Max Cooper. Emma Dance. Hayden Darrick. Jaden Dawson. Sega Dodder. Thomas Eberger. Soma Faraday Cogler. Galen Fletcher. Sophie Foster. Brandon Fullerton. Mason Gaugi. Cody Godfrey. Ella Grant. Sienna Haley. Jack Hurst. Lara Hogan. Melinda Hogan. Tobias Hogan. Nathan Hollis. Courtney Hopkins. Grace Hines. James Jenkins. Angela Kirkwood. Taj Collier. Django Loran. Thomas Lasser. Kellen Lenahan. Stephanie Lund. Ashley McKinnon. Cody Marsh. Alex Martin. Wade McDonald. Blake Montby. Alana Newberry. Carly Nichol. Yana Patrizi. Darcy Pinketherman. Katie Porter. Alexandra Quick. Stacey Morales. Jarrah Sheldon. Riley Spoldler Hanlon. Oliver Stewart. Kylie Stockman. Ellie Taylor Thompson. Hayley Thielen. Amelia Trainer. Kobe Twan. Kelly Vincent. Charlotte Walker. Isabella Wells. Erin White.
Right, congratulations Year 12. Fantastic effort, all of you this year. It has been very difficult. Could I ask everyone to be upstanding as we do 3 cheers for the class of 2020? Hip hip. Hooray! Hip hip. Hooray! Hip hip. Hooray! Well done. And we'll remain upstanding as we ask the class of 2020 to leave the hall for the last time. Oh, not the last time. Got exams, don't you? I forgot about that. Off you go.